Alright guys, so here's the video going over the test so that you can take your retest. Make sure you're following along. If you did, the reason you failed this test honestly is because you didn't watch the matrices. If you had watched Solving Systems by Matrices, you should have easily been able to pass this test. So it says determine which point is not a solution to the system of inequalities graph below. Well, I'll tell you right now, the solutions are here. These are the solutions. It's in that double shaded area. Alright, so we want the one that is not a solution. So our first example is negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. Well, that is in that shaded region. Then we have 0, 3, so 1, 2, 3. That's also in that shaded region. Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's going to be on where I wrote that T. That's definitely there. And so 1, 2, 3, whoops, it's 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. That is not in the shaded region, so D was the correct answer. That was the one that was not a solution. This one, guys, you've seen it on the quiz. It was on the review. There was no reason why you guys couldn't have gotten this one right if you were watching the videos. So it says, which of the graphs below illustrates the solution of the inequalities? Okay? Again, I've gone over this 3 times. You can look back at the quiz video. You can look back at the review video. I don't care. Look back at one of those. I'm not going over this one a 3rd time. The answer is A. Alright, so it says find the inverse of the matrix V equals 9, 2, 7, 5 if it is defined. So we got to use the calculator for this. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So we come to our calculator, go to calculate. We want this button here, the one next to the book. We want the 2 by 2, so that's going to be that one there. It was 9, 2. Up here is 7, down here is 5. To get the inverse, we raise it to the negative 1. That's all you had to do. So it's 5/31. So let's see here. That's 5. Nope. That's 9/31. Nope. 5/31 and not defined. So the answer is H. Alright, so write the matrix equation for the system. It says and then solve. Okay, well the matrix equation, so remember there's a 1 here and there's a 1 here. So when I do this, it's going to be negative 1, negative 1. That's going to be 8. And that's going to be negative 9. Actually, it's going to be negative 8, isn't it? Then we have x, y equals 5, 1. So let's look. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 8, negative 8. 5, negative 1. No, sir, that's not right. Okay, that looks good. Negative 1. Oh, it is negative. Hold on. Take that back. Correction. That is a negative right there, so that should be negative 1. So that equation looks good, that equation looks good. These two, C and D, do not. So now we need to figure out what the answer is. So x, y is equal to the inverse of my coefficient matrix times my constant matrix. So this is where I go to the calculator. So we want a 2 by 2. We want negative 1, negative 8, negative 1, negative 9. Raise that to the negative 1. And then we want to multiply that by a 2 by 1, 5, negative 1. And you get negative 46, 41. So the correct answer is B. Alright, same thing here. It says which ordered triple is a solution to the system. I made sure that almost every problem on this test was in a way where you could use matrices. So if I set this up, my x's are 8, 1, and 2. My y's are 2, -5, and 1. My z's are -3, 4, 1. That's x, y, z equals 20, -22, and 3. So we want the inverse of this matrix. So when I come over here, so now it's a 3 by 3, so to get a 3 by 3 I have to use this one. 3 by 3 works. Alright, so we got 8, 1, 2. Going up, we got 1, -5, and 2. And then going down this way, we have -3, 4, and 1. Alright, so then we're going to raise that to the -1. Nope, not that one. Come outside, raise it to the -1. And so again, we have to use this one. So now my rows are still 3, but my columns, I want to change to 1. Okay, so that's 3, -22, and 20. Alright, yep. And so when I do that, I get 1, 3, -2. So 1, 3, -2, answers F. Alright, so 6. Now this was probably one of the harder problems, just because it's not set up in a way that you could easily use matrices. And the key here is you had to be able to do this. So it says a 10-pound bag or 10-pound mixture of peanuts, cashews, and raisins, so that's P, C, and R, sells for $14. Alright, so right there, I know that peanuts, cashews, and raisins are equal to 10 pounds. Peanuts are $1, okay, so that's 1P, plus cashews are $2 per pound, so that's 2C, plus raisins are $1.50 per pound, 1.5R, equals $14. So if I look here, check, 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 check. Looks like they're all about to be right on those two. Yes. Alright, so let's keep going. So it then says that the weight of peanuts, so the weight of the peanuts is twice the weight of the cashews. So we have peanuts are equal to 2C. So that's good, that's not, and that's good. Alright, so what I would do at this point, instead of trying to solve this like I showed you guys on how to solve three variable systems, I would check my numbers. So P, C, and R must equal 10. So when I add them, so 4, 2 is 6, 4 is 10. Looks good. Alright, so then 4, this is where we're going to come here. So 4 plus 2 times 2 plus 1.5 times 4 gives me 14. That checks as well. And then P should be equal to 2 times c, so P4, 2 times c is, so 2 times 2 is 4, so that checks out as well. Correct answer to this one was F. Alright, here what you needed to do is you needed to plot these points. So -2, -5. So -2, -5. 0, -3. And then 2, -1. So if I'm looking at this right here, this graph, it sure looks to me like that point right there is going to fall in line with the rest of them. So that ordered pair is 1, -2. B is the correct answer. You know what? On your version of this test, I believe I already wrote this out for you. So this was 2a plus 3c equals 180, and a plus 2c equals 105. I believe on your version of the test I wrote that out for you already. So when we look at this, we can use the matrices to work this problem. So that's 2, 1, 3, 2, right? We say AC equals 180, 105. So it's the inverse of that first one, so that's going to be a 2 by 2. So 2, 1, 3, 2. Raise it to the -1. Then I need this one here, and it's 180, 105. Alright, so I got 45.30. And it wants to know the price of a child ticket, so that's the bottom one, so that's the 30. So the answer to this is B. Guess what? Oh yeah, this one, I forgot to tell you guys to omit, I gave you this one, so I'm not going to worry about it. The actual correct answer, for anyone who wanted to know, was C. It was no solution.